Alrighty, guys. Good morning. It's Dave Santarelli from BreakingChartAlerts.com. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Zoom now. I just wanted to go over some important information with you guys. First off, guys, CPI numbers just came out. Obviously, this is a consumer price index, also known as inflation. They were expecting 5.0%. It increased to 5.4%. So inflation is still creeping higher, and that's a grave concern. And as a result of that, you saw the markets pull back. I mean, Apple was in the green this morning. It was higher. It was looking great. We're at just about the lows here on Apple here for the day. So, really important to watch the market. You guys remember the trade plan. First red candle below previous candle's body is a sign of a retracement or a pullback here back to support. We've been holding that 10-day the entire time, so we could see a possible retracement back to about 141.50 to 142. On Apple. So you got to be thinking about that. We have the July Expo, which goes into their earnings. I like that trade, so I'm holding on to that. Let's go over a few of our other trades here. So we have a Baidu trade for the August Expo, which goes into earnings. Let's take a look at Baidu. Baidu got a nice pop this morning. Shares up about $3, up 1.72%, getting a nice climb here. I just want to see that continue to break out. Plenty of time on that trade. We have the August 20th Expo, the 210 straight call. So Baidu obviously has a big implied move. And if we take a look here at that implied move.
About 90 seconds until the open for trade today.
90 seconds until open. Guys, that CPI number is what's concerning. The markets, most of the traders don't know how the hell to understand that information, what that means, but we are getting to levels that we have not seen since 2008, and that's very concerning. All right, so as you can see here, here's Baidu. They still don't have the earnings announcement date on it yet. They're expecting earnings between July 19th and August 11th here. So that August 20th Expo is perfectly within range.
Award. That's ticker India Quebec.
Alrighty, so now what we're looking for here is, let's take a look at the next one, Disney. We had a nice gain on our Disney trade yesterday. That one had a nice pop in the morning. There was up to about 185.30. It pulled back when that CPI numbers came out. So, that's concerning, guys. As you're seeing, the general market's pulling back after those CPI numbers came out. There's always a catalyst behind a general market pullback
Stocks
or general market climb.
In 30 seconds.
30 seconds until opening bell. But guys, remember, there's always a reason for a general market pullback or a general market climb. It's either good or bad economic numbers. Right now, we got rising CPI, which is a consumer price index, also known as inflation. It's still continuing to climb. So the food prices, everything from retail prices, auto prices, home prices. Yeah, every daily expense here is continuing to rise.
Ding, ding, ding. Stocks are now open for trade.
Ding, ding, ding.
Good luck today, everyone.
Alrighty, guys. Let's have a great day. Baidu trade's looking great. Microsoft's trade's looking great. And we got an Express trade that's looking pretty good there. Apple's down about $300 today. Let's take a look, see what we want to do. Disney's starting to climb again. There goes Disney in the green. So let's see if Disney can start to take off here again. If it does, we could add to that Disney trade we made in yesterday's afternoon pro trader session. That was up over 46% yesterday. So we'll keep an eye on that. Disney pulling back from those highs there.
S&P 500 futures trading down about 0.2% just after the open, just below the 43.70 level, 43.68
I'm not seeing anything climbing, guys, on my watch list. The only thing that's green today is Baidu. And if we take a look at Baidu, that's the only one that's green today. It's up about $3, 1.75%, continuing to climb, continuing to break out there. 6-month daily chart looking pretty good. It's held that 175 double bottom support going back to May. I like that setup there, continuing to climb. 200 should be a nice, easy target prior to earnings. And then after earnings, if we get good earnings, I think we could see that 225. So that's that. Let's take a look at Microsoft now. Microsoft trade is climbing and looking good. Let's see, MSFT, 278. We got some resistance right at 280 that we struggled with yesterday. If we zoom in here a little bit, as you guys could see, we had some resistance right here on that July 7th candle, and then right here on yesterday's candle, which was yesterday, the 12th. So there's the 12th, and then today's the 13th. and then tomorrow's the 14th. So on the 12th, we saw it get up to that resistance, RESIS, resistance, and it failed at that 280. So we're still in breakout momentum. We're holding that yellow 10-day simple moving average. That's the 10-day simple moving average. Okay, so as long as we're holding above that, which we have been during this entire breakout momentum cycle here, this is our BOM, known as breakout momentum cycle. So we've been holding that 10-day simple moving average the entire time during that breakout there. And look at what we went from 250 all the way up to 280. That's a big climb there. And how soon did that happen? From June to July. From June to July, so about a month and 7 days, you know, let's just say 1.5 months, we had that big climb. So that is pretty nice and significant there, that we went from 250 all the way up to 280 in the course of 1.5 months. So that's what's really important there, guys. So that's why it's important, and you have to understand the reasoning when we get the expirations we have. You know, now we're getting a nice climb. Everything's in the green. There goes Apple. Apple's back in the green. We're up $200 for the day on Apple. Our Baidu trades up about $300. Microsoft trades up about $350, and our Express trades up about $120. Looking pretty good. Everything's continuing to climb. Looking good. But guys, I really want to instill this in your brains here. So when we get an expiration like a few months out, this is why. This is what we want to capture. We want to capture that big breakout momentum cycle. Now, sometimes we sell early. Let's say, for example, we got in. Let's just say, for example, we got in right here, right? You know, well, obviously, if you got in at the high, you're down that day, you know? Next day, theta ate you away. You had a little bit of a pullback. You're down probably about 20%. Next day, you pulled all the way down to that 10-day simple moving
November
average.
Echo
Right
Golf,
here,
Golf
you're probably down about 40.
Sharply over
Excuse
the
me, you're probably
$37
down about 40% on that trade there,
level.
going from
Shares up
260 all the way down to 255 in the matter of 3 days there.
It's ticker November Echo Golf Golf.
So that's what's really important to understand. You went from about 260 down to 255 in 3 days. Now, those 3 days, that's when your mental psychology of trading is really going to kick in. It's either A, you have the discipline to wait out that trading plan and understand you're still in that breakout momentum, or B, you start to worry, you get emotional, you close that trade for a loss, and then the next day right here, you're at new highs and you're in the green on that trade compared to being down 40%.
Media Co. This was a big runner yesterday. Mike Delta, India Alpha, seen some profit taking today.
Alrighty, sorry there. Alrighty, so again, like I said, if you got in this trade right here at that highs of the day right here, you know, you're down by the end of the day on that trade. The next day here, you're probably down about 15-20%. Let me shut this guy up.
The $40 level. Intraday low at 39.58
so
just after
here you go. Again, you're at that 260. The next day,
now
you're
back
probably
over the
down
15-20%,
and then the
shares of AMC
the
down
third
about
day you're
5%
in that trade on that big
Alpha
pullback
Mike
down to that
Charlie.
10, you're down about 40%. Well, guess what? Just like we saw with JP Morgan being down 40% and then closing it out for a 58% gain, that's over a 100% move in one day. So the next day then, bam, you know, you're in the profit now. Right here, you got a profit. So now, all of a sudden, those 3 days, you went from being okay, maybe down about 5%, then you're down 15 to 20, and now you're down 40% on that third day in the trade, even though you have a month out till Expo, right? So now the next day you have a profit, and then the next day you pull back. You might, you know, be in the red now. You probably are in the red because it's lower than where you bought it from, and theta ate away at that option premium. So here you have a loss now in that trade. Then the next day. Now instead of being up maybe 10%, now on this candle right here, you're probably up 25. On this candle right here, you're probably up 40%.
Last trade
on this candle right here, you're probably up about 120%.
Tango Sandy Lima Alpha.
You know, so you have to understand the process. That's why we instill that so often in the trade room about the process of the trade plan. You know, you're going to have days where the stock pulls back, and with options, it's much more leverage, so you're going to see those larger volatile swings from those ups and downs there. So really a big difference there between options and trading shares. So you have to be mentally disciplined and understand. You see how we've been taking profits along the way on a lot of these trades.
Sandy Alpha Tango
You know, we're
shares
letting the
halted
ones
on
that are
a
down
circuit
that
breaker.
day because there's
The
something
stock
called a
at
sector rotation.
just off a session high,
Sometimes
halted at
today, you know, they might want to get into
13.54, up more
industrials. They
than
might get
100%.
into consumer
Oscar
staple
Sandy
stocks.
Alpha
You know,
Tango.
just because of the fear of that CPI number that came out. And then guess what? Maybe tomorrow something good comes out, or Thursday when we get unemployment numbers that come out. If that's better than expected, then they might go back into tech again, and then we have tech take off and make new highs. So you have to understand the rotations here of the daily market cycles. And you have to understand the 6 business cycles of the economy, because that's going to tell you what sectors are the best to get into during those different cycles. So, you know, you put all this stuff together, and you're able to make intelligent decisions. We got Microsoft still on the climb. We got a nice run on Microsoft. Their Microsoft trade's now up $600 for the day. Well, you guys asking to turn Charlie down there. I mean, I'm glad you like me, listen to me to more than Charlie there. That's nice. Let's see. There we go. Ephraim just posted in the trade room there. We had a professor from Kaplan University teach our members there. And here is a great class that they did. This was on inflation, how it affects the stock market, and what sectors to be looking at here. And if you guys take a look at this, this is a heck of a great video here on inflation, how to you know, interpret all the information, the data, the numbers, what sectors to be looking at, the different types of rotations that are going on. So it's really good to take a look at that and get yourself familiar with that. And again, if you guys are members and want to check that out, make sure you go to the education, go to the options trading classes. And once you click on the options trading classes, then you could go over here to the live classes. So here's the actual options classes here. And then over here, you have topics that we talk about, like inflation, how to understand future and foreign markets on Sunday, what to be looking at. Because if you have Asian markets climbing, Europeans going down, then you want to start looking at, you know, maybe some emerging markets depending on the market data that's coming out for each of those, you know, countries, continents there. You know, there's a lot of people investing in emerging markets right now with COVID being lifted. So, you know, you better believe, you know, first off, you have to understand America is a greedy pig. You know, we took all the vaccines for ourselves first, and now we're starting to distribute it to the rest of the world. So our economy came back swiftly, quickly, and really great with that vaccine. Now think about when we just got out of COVID and we saw our markets climb, right?
Created Charlie Romeo Tango Delta
climb,
shares halted on a circuit breaker.
Guess what? That's because we
stock
had the
halted at
vaccine
a
in place,
session
and that's
low
because we
at
had all these
678,
great
but
numbers
still
and the
up
economy
about
roaring back.
22% for
Now that
today's
the rest
session.
of the world's starting to get
ticker Charlie
into
Romeo
the vaccine
Tango
now and
Delta.
starting to see COVID numbers drop, now's the
Media
time to start
Holdings
looking
like
into
Delta India
emerging
Alpha
markets
shares
as well.
resuming trade
You know, because
following
now you
a
have to
circuit
understand the
breaker.
Brazilian market, the Indian
The stock
market, you know, some of the
down
European
about
markets, you
32%
know,
here,
they
like
had
Delta
a big
India
pullback
Alpha.
because of that Delta variant, and they went back into lockdown a little bit. They had some mandates they had to do. So it's really important to understand, you know, now that they're coming out of their COVID restrictions, now their economy and their stock market, their exchange is going to start to see a climb. So that's when you start to see a rotation from people going into the American stocks now to some of these emerging markets, the foreign markets. So all these classes here are really great for you guys to understand what's going on with the whole economy, the world, and you know, different sectors and everything like that. So it's really important to watch these videos, see what's going on, and see how you can learn from that. Because as a trader, you want to be well prepared and well equipped to deal with each trading day. Alrighty, so we got a nice climb here, guys. Really nice climb. Everything's climbing nicely. Our Microsoft trade's now up $600. We got MSFT near 279. If we could break that 280 today, that'd be really nice. We have that
Boeing
July
Bravo
30th
Alpha
Expo on
shares
Microsoft.
marking
And
a
if
new
we take a
session
look at the
low,
calendar here for
now below
Microsoft,
the
we can
230
see,
level. The stock down more than
let's see,
3%.
MSFT.
New session low at 229.99. Getting a little
We have
rebound here.
earnings on
It's
July
ticker Bravo
27th.
Alpha.
So we have the July 30th Expo. So I'm really interested to see what that's going to do. I think we could see Microsoft at 300 bucks a
Orbsat
share. And
Oscar
if she gets
Sandy
to
Alpha
300
Tango
bucks,
shares
we
resume
paid
trade.
685 for those 280
stock,
calls. So if we get up to 300, those
continuing higher
280
now,
calls
up
are going to be worth 20 bucks.
116%
20
over the
divide that by
$14 level,
6.85. That's going to be a
14.66.
return of
The new session high in
192% gain
Orbsat
on that
Oscar
Microsoft
Sandy
trade. If we see
Alpha
Microsoft
Tango.
shares get up to that $300 from that earnings catalyst, that could propel us up to that 300 area. Apple's at the highs of the day again. Apple's on the run here, guys. I want to see that Disney start to climb there. I want to lock in gains on some of those Disney
Context
calls
Logic Whiskey India
soon.
Sandy Hotel shares spiking over the 1090 level and now over the
Let's see
$11
here.
level.
Microsoft,
Shares up
we're up
more than a
$800
percent here.
today on Microsoft.
11.05
There goes
last trade
Microsoft,
in Context
278.90
Logic,
and
ticker
continuing to climb
Whiskey India Sandy
278.94.
Hotel.
Let's see her break that 279. She breaks that 279. I really think we're going to be seeing that 280 today. And if we see that 280 today, that's going to get us right up to that resistance. So once we can break that resistance, I definitely think we could be seeing
Orbsat
that 285
Oscar Sandy
and
Alpha
then
Tango,
300
another
going
circuit
to earnings
breaker.
there. And that's just such a parabolic climb here.
Shares
That's just
pulling
insane,
back,
going
halted
from about 25
on a
bucks
circuit
a
breaker
share
to
all
the
way up to
downside.
almost
The
300
stock's still up
now.
94% for the session.
So we got that continue to
at
climb. Here goes
12.94.
Microsoft again,
Oscar
now up
Sandy
$900
Alpha
for the day
Tango.
on Microsoft as she's nearing 279. How many of you guys have those Microsoft July 30th calls with us? Do you see how we've been taking in profits along the way on each of these different trades? One day we're up on the trade, like yesterday, JP Morgan, we had a, 58% gain. We locked in those calls, locked in that profit, and moved on to the next trade there. And that's what you got to continue to do. Every stock's not going to mature at the same time. You're not going to see profit taking on the on all your stocks at the same time. So it's really important to understand there's different times for those trades to mature. And that's why we get the different expiration dates and the different strike prices that we get. And utilize different strategies: calls, puts, vertical spreads, condors, butterflies. Apple's still continuing to climb. Apple's looking good there. Baidu up about 145. We got Express now only up about 37 bucks for the day. Microsoft's up 900 and continuing to climb there. Microsoft just broke 279. Let's see her get back up. Failed at that 279 right now. There we go. There goes Microsoft again, guys. Another big breakout on Microsoft, 279.19, running for 279.28. Up over $1,000 on the Microsoft trade now. There she goes, up $1,100 for the day. Really nice gains here today. Apple's taking off here too. Apple's up about 500 bucks for the day. Baidu's starting to take off here as well. Ford's coming off those lows. I'm watching JP Morgan closely there. I want to see what that does. If that starts to climb, I'm going to be jumping into JPM. I'd like to see it break that 160. There goes Apple. Apple's at the highs of the day, 145.55 on Apple, continuing to break out. 145.58, 145.61. Got a $600 gain on our Apple trade now. Apple trade's almost in the green. How many of you are in the Apple, Microsoft, what other trades do we have here? Ford. What trades are you guys in here so I know what to be focusing in on with you guys? Microsoft getting right up to that 279.50. I think we're going to see that 280 resistance being hit again today. There goes Apple, another nice breakout nearing that 145.75. We got about 1,200 bucks in profits for the day. Apple trades up $700 for the day. Baidu's up $250 for the day. There goes Apple breaking out again, 145.78 on Apple, up $700 for the day on Apple. I think we're going to see a larger breakout on Apple coming just by looking at that daily chart. We got another nice run here now, guys. Here we go. There goes Microsoft breaking out. Apple's breaking out. More new highs on tech. That's the beauty of it. Dow's down 46 points. Nasdaq's down 3 points. S&P 500 is down about 5 points. And guess what? We got a $1,500 gain here today. That's the beauty of understanding that sector rotation and understanding that discipline and patience following that trade plan really pays off there. There we go. Our Apple trade's now in the green overall. We paid $434. She's now at $440. We got a $700 gain on the day on Apple. We got a $1,700 gain overall. Microsoft trades up $1,200. Baidu trades up $300. There goes Microsoft and Apple again breaking higher. Apple trade up $800. Microsoft trade now up $1,300 for the day. There we go. Microsoft continuing to break higher. New highs of the day on Microsoft. New highs of the day on Apple. Apple trade now up almost $900 for the day. Microsoft trade almost up $1,400 now for the day. Continuing the breakout momentum for the day here. Nasdaq just turned green. Dow is down 34 points. If we get a 100, 200 point climb today, guys, we are going to see massive, massive profits here. Microsoft trade still climbing, up almost $1,400 for the day on the Microsoft trade. Baidu trades up $300 now for the day.
Orbsat, Oscar Sandy, Alpha Tango shares resume trade here.
Now Microsoft's nearing that 280. Let's see if she's going to break through that 280 or if she's going to struggle with that 280. There goes Apple climbing off 145.75, now getting up to 145.91. 145.92. 95. Let's see if she can break that 146. We got a big breakout here coming, guys. Again, there goes Microsoft. There goes Apple, nearing new highs of the day. Sergi says Ford, Microsoft, Apple, JPM. Nice. Serge, we sold our JPM calls yesterday for a nice, I think it was 58% gain. Let's see. Let me make that let me make that trade room larger there. My eyes cannot see that. All the way over on that screen. There goes Apple. More new highs of the day on Apple. Apple's on the run. We're in the green overall. $445 now is the asking price on the Apple July 30th 145 call.
Howard Bancorp Hotel Bravo Mike Delta shares resume trade.
Let's see. Sammy says, Santarelli Trading Exchange, what do you think about a day trade on Microsoft or Apple? Well, if you got in that this morning, it would have been great. You know, even if you captured that climb on that breakout above 278.50 there and got it up to that resistance here around 280, took some profits, that would have been nice. But I'd wait for a pullback now. Dow is still climbing. Markets are still climbing. This is where patience, discipline come in. Kashad, I'm not a fan of Snowflake. There goes Microsoft again. New highs of the day on Microsoft. We got FedEx taking off again. There goes Microsoft. New highs of the day on Microsoft, getting right up to that 280, 279.98.
Stocks continuing to rebound from lows here. 43.74 last trade in S&P 500 futures, just barely in negative territory here, down about 3 points.
280.03
That's
on
under a
Microsoft.
tenth
She
of a
just
percent
broke that
lower for the
280
session.
resistance. Let's see her continue to climb there. 280.08. We got a $1,400 gain on Microsoft, a little over. NASDAQ now up about 5 points. There goes Microsoft. More new highs of the day. We're up $1,500 now on Microsoft, guys. Let's see. Ray says he's in Apple, Facebook, Costco, Microsoft. Oh, Ray, it's not bad to play a couple option trades here and there. We got to get you back in the game, Ray. There goes Apple taking off. More new highs of the day on Apple. Apple's continuing to break higher. Got some nice gains on Apple now overall. There goes Microsoft taking off again. Baidu's continuing to climb. We're up $400 for the day now on Baidu. TLT's hanging out right around that 147.31. Apple breaking 146 now. Apple, nice new highs here on Apple there. We got some nice gains on Apple. We're up over $800 for the day on Apple. $825. There goes Apple, Microsoft near new highs of the day there.
Energus ticker Whiskey Alpha Tango Tango shares rebounding from a session low. Traders circulating an abstract from the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office for the company's microstrip antennas for wireless power transmission.
Now we're up about $1,100
The abstract is dated for today. It's ticker Whiskey Alpha Tango Tango shares down about 0.4% here
on the Apple trade so far. Up almost $1,100 for the day. Our Microsoft trade is up $1,600 for the day, guys. You guys see Microsoft? What a heck of a climb here. There goes Apple, Microsoft. Everything's taking off nicely here. I think we could see Apple at 147.50 possibly by the end of today.
Energus Whiskey Alpha Tango Tango shares now selling off, moving back to a session low on a spike in volume.
Got a heck of a move
The
today.
stock down more than 1% here.
Now
Whiskey Alpha
That's a
Tango
$3
Tango.
climb from the opening here. 277 all the way up to over 280 now on Microsoft. And same thing on Apple there. Apple today, 1 minute. We were at the lows here of about 143.50. We're at 146.50 just about right now. So continuing to see that nice breakout there on Apple, Microsoft. We got further gains now, continuing to climb. There goes Microsoft. That Nokia's climbing nicely here too. That's probably getting a short squeeze, up about 8% for the day. There goes Apple, Microsoft again. That's what I love
Corvus
though, about
Gold
trading
Kilo
these
Oscar
solid blue chip
Romeo
stocks
shares
like
remain
Apple,
halted
Microsoft.
here. The
They're
stock was
much
halted
easier,
at about 9:21 a.m. Eastern Time. Have not yet seen news on Corvus Gold
price
Kilo
action compared
Oscar
to something
Romeo.
like a penny stock there. Guys, we're up $2,000 now for the day. Up $1,600 on Microsoft, up $1,100 on Apple, and we got over a $300 gain on Baidu. Microsoft still breaking on. Apple at the highs of the day.
Apple Alpha Papa Lima shares moving over the 146 level. 146.50 is the new intraday high, and Apple shares up 1.3%. Alpha Papa Lima.
Yesterday. Was that trade made yesterday or the other day? Not sure. There goes Apple. More new highs of the day. 146.50. Nice job, Jack Dottie. He's up 49% on an Apple trade he bought this morning. There goes Microsoft. More highs. We're up $1,650 now on the Microsoft trade. There we go. $1,700 gain on Microsoft. $1,800 profit on the day on Microsoft. Loving that breakout there, guys. Now remember, she's probably, I'm telling you right now, I already know she's probably going to pull back to about 280 by the end of today, which is going to be normal. She's up over 1% today, up over $3, so 50-cent pullback. You know, I'm already thinking in my head what I'm going to do. But as long as she's holding 280, like I said, we have an earnings trade on Microsoft, and we definitely want to capitalize on that. And on a daily chart, Microsoft still in breakout momentum. Came down to that 275 support, held that 10-day simple moving average. We're now just at the highs. You know, we got to watch that 7-7 candle there. I don't want to see a double top and then a retracement, and it'll pull back down to support of about 260. I definitely want to see us hold and break above that July 7th candle there. So that's what I'm keeping an eye on.
A few IPOs scheduled for this morning. Arya Science Acquisition Corp 5, ticker Alpha Romeo Yankee Echo, shares open for quote at $9.50 and expected to open for trade after 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Also, Unicisive Therapeutics, Uniform November Charlie Yankee shares will open for quote at 10:35 a.m. expected to open for trade after 10:45 a.m. And one more via the NASDAQ Northeast Community Bank. November Echo Charlie Bravo shares also expected to open for trade after 10:45 a.m. Eastern Time. 3 IPOs via NASDAQ today.
Over to the right. Amazon's not looking too bad there. She might start to get a big breakout again too. Got to keep an eye on that. There goes Microsoft again. Microsoft up $1,700 for the day now. $1,750 gain on the day now for the Microsoft trade. We're now up $2,300 overall for the day. Big breakout. Apple's at new highs of the day. Microsoft at new highs of the day. We got a nice run, a nice breakout here, guys.
Stocks briefly turning positive over the last couple minutes here, and a little bit of profit taking in S&P 500 futures over the 43.75 level. The intraday high in S&P 500 futures now set at 43.76 and a half.
$2,102.50 on the day there so far, and that's being led by Apple, Microsoft, and Baidu here. Disney and Ford are the underperformers there. And we're still climbing. There goes Microsoft again. Apple again. Microsoft.
Sabre Corp, Sandy Alpha Bravo Romeo
for the day on Microsoft now.
Signing a multi-year deal with Cleartrip. It is a online travel and leisure aggregator in the Middle East and India. Not seeing any terms disclosed for this deal. Sandy Alpha Bravo Romeo.
We're up $2,000 now for the day on Microsoft. The IV's picking up, the implied volatility's picking up on Microsoft, making those option premiums a little bit more expensive here. Got 605 by 615 now on those Microsoft July 30th 280 strike calls. Nice continued breakout there on Microsoft. She's nearing 281. Apple's holding that 10. Man, Microsoft is just killing it today. Killing it. $625 now. Another nice climb here, guys. There goes Apple trying to break out again. Microsoft nearing that 281. Let's see if she can break that 281 or if it's going to act as resistance. Apple looks like it had some resistance at that 146.50. So let's see if we get that next little push in the market here and continue this climb. Dow's down now about 88 points. Nasdaq's up about 22. Yesterday you had the big run on the Dow. Nasdaq was lagging. Now today you got the Nasdaq climbing and Dow retracing a bit. So you see how you got a little bit of you know, they're playing sides there a little bit. One day they're trading tech, the other day they're trading industrials there. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in the back of your head if you're struggling emotionally or psychologically there with, you know, one day the market's being up, next day the market's being down. It's really important to put it all together there. We got Baidu still on the climb there.
Brand Lima Bravo shares down about 2% here, just rebounding off a session low under the $75 level, seeing an usual option activity alert on Benzinga Pro over the last few seconds here. This week's $76 puts showing interest near the bid. Shares of L Brands last trading at 75.10 Lima Bravo.
There goes Microsoft, guys. More new highs of the day on Microsoft. Breakout above 281. Let's see if it continues.
Allied Healthcare Products, Alpha Hotel, Papa India shares halted on a circuit breaker at a session high, up 42%.
And that's just from
Alpha
the stock
Hotel,
climbing
Papa India.
1.34%. You guys see this? This is what's important. Let me show you something here on this option chain because this is so important. Percent profit and loss today. I want to put this on here so you guys can understand this. Okay, so I want you guys to take a look at this. This is what's really important. All right, so take a look here, guys. This is really important, so please pay attention and look at this because let me make this a little bit bigger. So let me just save it over here. File, save, daily percent move. Okay, let me bring that up now. This should help you. All right, so take a look here. I'm going to zoom in on this. Do you guys see this right here? Okay, so first off right here, this right here is your percent profit and loss for the day. Percentage-wise, what did that stock move, okay? Our Ford trade is down 41%. Our Disney trade just for the day is down 50%. We were up 50% on it yesterday, so we're pretty flat on it right now, okay? Baidu trade is up 32% today. Apple trades up 25% today. Our Microsoft trades up 48% today, up over $2,000 on Microsoft today, right? So now what you have to understand here, is, right now that Microsoft trade is down, very slightly, about 9% overall. So you get another move like today, which is just a 1% move. You guys see Microsoft, right? It's only up 1% today. So now could you imagine now if you have that 1, 2, or even a 3% move, and we have earnings coming up on Microsoft as well.
Roblox.
So you have to be able to understand why you got to discipline and control your emotions when you have
Roblox,
those longer
Romeo,
term
Bravo,
trades.
Lima, X-ray shares
this one's
down
going to the end of the
about
month.
2%
The only ones we got to be worried about short term here
traders
is that Ford,
circulating
which will probably do something
some
with
commentary
today.
from Morgan
and
Stanley
then that Disney trade we
highlighting
picked up
that
yesterday.
the company
we had that
will
closed out
begin
yesterday with like a 46%
will be launching in
gain.
China today.
Pulled
this
back
was
a little bit
something
today after
that we
those
knew about
CPI
previously
numbers
as recently
came out.
as July 2nd.
But that Microsoft trades up 48%.
We knew about a partnership that company
that's
had
why we
entered
have that
with
larger
Tencent.
trade on Microsoft as well. We're looking for that
Shares
run up
of
into
Roblox
earnings.
again down about 2% here today. Romeo, Bravo,
So
Lima,
when the
X-ray.
stock moves 1%, look at how much that option moves, and that's for July 30th Expo. If you had shorter term Expo like the July 16th, you'd see that move 300% in just one day move like that. So that's the July 30th Expo going into earnings. It's up 48% on the day, while the stock's only up 1.2% here for the day.
Roblox,
so
Romeo, Bravo, Lima, X-ray. Note that we also saw back in the end of 2020 that the company had been cleared for launch in China. So again, this was something that we had known about, but again, being highlighted today as the official launch date, Romeo, Bravo, Lima, X-ray.
We got Baidu taking off here again. Baidu was just at the highs of the day there at that last candle, last minute. XLF down about 1% on the day there. Little pullback from yesterday. I still think we're going to see that continue to climb there. Let's see what JP Morgan's doing.
Digital Ally, Delta, Golf, Lima, Yankee shares quiet here. Company just recently tweeting, quote, awesome news for Lakehurst Police Department and the city of Lakehurst, New Jersey, as officers will now be equipped with body-worn cameras.
Climb, so you might start to
again,
see
a
that
tweet
climb
from
again
Digital
here.
Ally shares relatively quiet here. Delta, Golf,
we got
Lima,
more
Yankee.
Financial earnings coming out this week. Let's see. Yesterday, what's nice about this, Marwa, is you can take a look. That 37 strike, I think it was the 37 you picked up, right? That 37 strike, if we graph that, I just clicked on it, right? Now, what's nice about that is you could see, here's those calls, those 37 strikes. We have that
Twitter,
graph
Tango, Whiskey, Tango,
here.
Romeo
So
shares.
XLF, July 16, 37
shares
strikes.
quiet here. Some users reporting that Twitter
today,
is down.
Right? That's a big drop there from yesterday's
Is
high,
it down right now.com showing that Twitter is having issues.
About 41
stock
cents.
appears unaffected
So
here. The stock up 1% for the session.
20%
Tango, Whiskey, Tango, Romeo.
0.41, divide that by, what'd you get in that for? 35 cents, 36 cents? We'll say 36.36. So you had about a 14% gain on that yesterday. Now it's starting to climb off those lows. It was just at about 19 cents. Now it's at 22 cents. So, 0.22, divide that by 0.19. That's a 16% climb there just from this candle right here to 22 cents. So I'd be holding on to that. Now, what you're going to be looking at on XLF here, your exit, if it does start to go against you on a daily chart here, your exit's going to be a close below that 36.60. So if it drops below 36.60, I'd be out of it. But XLF is starting to climb now, starting to look good. So I'd be holding on to that trade.
Bitcoin futures quiet here. S&P Dow Jones indices just recently out with a press release highlighting the launch of an S&P cryptocurrency broad digital market
it looks
index.
Like it's starting to get that nice pop here after that larger pullback from 210 all the way down to about 170. So that's looking good. Apple, I'm watching that over to the right here. Apple is climbing off those lows here again as well. Came down to that 146. Starting to get that climb there. We got another nice gain here for the day. Looks like Disney's starting to climb a bit here. Let's see what Disney's doing, because that's one of our options that expire this week. Disney's getting a nice break out there, guys.
Neurometrics November uniform Romeo Bravo shares rebounding from a session low here, now up more than 3%. Traders circulating an abstract from U.S. Patent and Trademark Office for the company's apparatus and method for automated control of transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation.
Yeah, I mean, look at what
shares
it did yesterday.
Of Neurometrics up about 4.5% here. November uniform Romeo Oscar.
$7.50 move in one day. You get that $7 move right now. That takes you right up to 190. So you got 3 days for a move here. Now, if Disney has a candle tomorrow below this candle's body, that's where I'd be exiting out of that Disney trade that we have for the weekly expo. Apple's starting to climb. There goes Apple. Let's take a look at that. Apple's one of our decent-sized trades there. Apple's one of our largest trades. Actually, Microsoft's our largest trade there. We got about 7,000 in the Microsoft calls there going into earnings. Apple's continuing to break out. There she goes. She wants to break down 146.50 and break through those highs of the day. Apple trades up $1,000 for the day. We are green overall on that trade, 4.65. Divide that by 4.34. We got about an 8% gain on Apple right now. There we go. Now she just bumped up to 470. 460 by 470 for that 145 strike. 4.7. Divide that by 4.34. Now we got about a 9% gain on that Apple trade overall. But we're up over $1,000 for the day on that. Baidu's still climbing there. Baidu's up over $400 for the day. There goes Apple. It's testing that 146.50, trying to get up to it. Let me put Microsoft on the chart above here. Microsoft is looking great.
Allied Healthcare Products, Alpha Hotel Papa India shares resumed trade.
Moving average. Now you see Apple
following a circuit breaker, the stock pulling back from a session high at 618.
From
shares up
today,
about 48% for the session. Alpha Hotel Papa India.
It got up to that resistance. So let's see if it could break it now. There goes Apple breaking out much further here, guys. We got a big gain on Apple now. She's taking off. Microsoft's taking off. Apple is looking great there. Are you guys still in that Apple day trade?
CBRE Acquisition Holdings, its ticker Charlie Bravo Alpha Hotel, seeing a 525,000 share
Guys,
block
look at
trade
that
in the
Apple
issue.
taking off
Is
there.
right at
Wow, what a gain.
$10. Charlie Bravo Alpha Hotel.
Well, that question gets to the heart of the opportunity here. A relatively low percentage of those buildings have solar power today, but a relatively high percentage of the owners and occupiers of those buildings are looking for help in the area of sustainability, green energy, carbon neutrality. One of our real objectives with this SPAC was to find a company we could combine with that helped us serve our clients, that was positioned such that we could help them grow, and was positioned also with real secular tailwinds. We think all
Baidu's taking off nicely.
works the way it will help CBRE grow, and this will be a very successful investment.
Well, I want to hear how it will help you grow.
There we go. We're up $2,500 for the day on the dot. Now let me refresh it. We're up a little more now. Up $2,547 for the day there. That's being led by Microsoft, Baidu, and Apple. So I'm already thinking in my head, okay, well, that's good that we're seeing these July 30th expos come to fruition here. There goes Apple again, another big breakout. Now we're up over 2,600 for the day as we see that continued breakout happen here on Apple. So we're up $1,225 for the day now on Apple. Up $1,875 for the day on Microsoft. Baidu's up nicely. So I'm already thinking, probably in the next few days, maybe by the end of the week or early next week, we'll be taking profits on Apple and Microsoft here. Just letting those profits continue to climb here. I don't want to take them early. Microsoft's starting to climb here again nicely. Apple's up 1.59% on the day. There goes Microsoft taking off here again, guys. Back up $2,000 for the day on Microsoft.
S&P 500 futures turning positive here briefly. New intraday high at 43.76 and 3/4.
There goes Microsoft taking off here again. Big breakout on Microsoft there. Nice candle. She's going for the highs of the day again from that 10:07 candle.
Note that the all-time high in S&P 500 futures was set yesterday, 43.79 and 1/4. We're about 4 points off of that all-time high here.
There goes Microsoft again. Another nice run here. I can't seem to capture that.
JD.com, Juliet Delta shares breaking above the $76 resistance level here. Shares now up about 4.5%, just under 76.50. That's ticker Juliet Delta.
Up over $2,800 now for the day. Microsoft up almost $2,100 for the day there on that new breakout, new highs of the day on Microsoft. So what a heck of a breakout here we're seeing. Apple's starting to climb again. Baidu's still climbing.
Well-built whiskey Bravo Tango seeing a block trade in the issue,
Amazon's still
500,000
going there,
shares at
Jack.
23.45 per share. The stock down about 6% here. It's whiskey Bravo Tango.
Wow, Apple's still taking off there. What are we up on our Apple trade? Let me see columns. Got a 14% gain on the Apple trade. Stu, did you lock in that Apple trade we made yesterday for that July 30th 145 call, or he's still in that one?
Allied Health Products, Alpha Hotel, Papa India shares halted on another circuit breaker to the upside. The stock over the $6 level halted at 652. Shares are up about 65% for the session. It's ticker Alpha Hotel, Papa India.
Climbing off the lows for sure. 37.50 up to 40. A $2.50 climb from the lows. Down about 90 cents for the day there. 3-month daily. I'd love to see that break that 20 today. Break above 43 by the end of today.
Those buildings are becoming real area of focus. They're becoming very valuable. I think you're going to see more and more of that in the future. And of course, some anecdotal stock will be repurposed potentially.
Microsoft 281.18.
Two things are going to be happening to go back to the office scenario between now and then.
She's still breaking out there. There she goes again off 281.
Corvus Gold, ticker Kilo Oscar Romeo. The stock was halted with code news pending about an hour ago. Seen on social media, traders circulating word that Anglo Gold Ashanti, that's ticker Alpha Uniform, has offered to buy Corvus Gold for $4 Canadian per share. Have not yet seen a definitive source to confirm that information. Again, this is circulating on social media. It's ticker Kilo Oscar Romeo.
Got almost a $3,000 profit on the day now. That's being fueled by Microsoft. That's being fueled by Apple, Baidu. That Ford trade's not doing a damn thing. There we go. There goes Microsoft again. Apple's trying to break out again. Ray, I only got 3 contracts in the space August 20th. There we go, guys. Microsoft, new highs of the day on MSFT, 231 or 281.35.
Crude oil last trading at 74.18 per barrel. That's up about 0.1%. A reminder, after the close today at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be getting a reading from API on weekly crude oil inventory figures.
Square's looking good there, Skyjack. Still climbing. There goes Microsoft. It looks like Apple wants to hold that 146.50 at that 20 SMA. Just watching that. Got some really nice profits on that Microsoft and Apple trade today. I think we're going to see Microsoft at 300. You know, I mean, they got a lot of new technology they built out. You know, a lot of people were buying during the pandemic. They lowered their expectations for 2021 earnings. You know, I really think we're going to see a nice comeback in tech, and especially with tech being
Rata Electronics,
you know,
Romeo Alpha, Delta Alpha, seeing a block trade in the issue,
there.
just under 540,000 shares at $12.25 per share. Rata shares up 0.4%. Its ticker Romeo Alpha, Delta Alpha.
20 SMA.
Allied Healthcare Products, Alpha Hotel, Papa India shares resuming trade here. Following a circuit breaker, stock is up about 75% for the session. Alpha Hotel, Papa India.
Microsoft still climbing. There goes Apple. A nice climb on Apple there, guys. Apple's breaking through that 10-day.
Longboard Pharma, Lima, Bravo, Papa Hotel shares halted on a circuit breaker to the downside. The stock halted up about 25% here. Stock has traded around 670,000 shares today. Average daily volume over the last 100 days, under 30,000 shares. Stock seeing a lot of interest today. It's Lima, Bravo, Papa Hotel. I believe this was the third circuit breaker that the stock has been halted on. Lima, Bravo, Papa Hotel.
That'd be so nice if we could see 285 on Microsoft today. Down, Nasdaq's up about 45 points. Dow's down about 74. So still seeing a climb here. There we go, guys. Another nice breakout. Now up over $3,000 on the day here today, guys. $3,000 plus gains so far today.
Allied Healthcare Products, Alpha Hotel, Papa India shares pulling back from a session high at $7.50, now under the $7 level.
We broke that the 280 has been halted. So I really think we're going to see at least 285 this week.
2 or 3 circuit breakers
I think we're
this
see
morning.
$300 by the
Not
time
immediately seeing news to justify that move higher. Keep in mind, this is a low float name, about 3 million shares in the company's float. Alpha Hotel, Papa India.
200%. We got about $7,000 in that trade. You know, that's going to be about a $14,000 net profit. So it's really nice following this trade plan. There goes Microsoft again. Still climbing on Microsoft. Just got up to new highs of the day there of about 281.63. There goes Apple. There goes Microsoft. We got another climb coming in the markets. Nasdaq's up 44. Dow is starting to climb now. Dow's only down about 58 points. It was just down over 78. So got a nice climb coming. There goes Microsoft taking off.
Stocks
Apple's
marking new highs here. S&P 500 futures marking a new session high at 43.78.5.
Square's starting to climb. I'm watching Square over to the right as well. Wow, look at that breakout on Microsoft, guys. Holy smokes. We got some massive gains on Microsoft right now. I mean, some massive gains. We were up, what, $3,000? Now we're up $3,100. We just keep continuing to climb $100 every couple of minutes here, which is nice. We're up over $3,100 now for the day. That is really nice. Continuing to break out here. Nice little run. There goes Microsoft again. There goes Apple.
Netflix November Foxtrot Lima X-ray shares ticking higher with the broader market here. Traders are circulating an article from Variety. Netflix and Universal have extended and expanded their animated film licensing
now
deal.
We're up over $3,200
November
for the day.
Lima X-ray.
Up almost $2,500 on Microsoft, $1,250 on Apple, almost $500 on Baidu, and we're still climbing here, guys. There goes Microsoft nearing 282. Apple's holding that 20, starting to break out again.
Longboard Pharma Lima Bravo Papa Hotel shares resume trade following a circuit breaker. The stock
not higher, maybe even
up about 20% here. Lima Bravo Papa Hotel.
Square's still getting a nice climb. And Disney's not doing much yet. That CPI numbers hurt Disney a little bit. Because if you got to think of it like this, Sammy, that's a good question you asked. You said, what's going on with Disney? Why is Disney pulling back today when the rest of the market's, climbing a bit? It's a good question because CPI numbers that came out, right? Think of this. If you have to pay higher utility bills, cell phone bills, food costs, gas prices, what's the first thing you're going to cut down on? The first thing you're going to cut down on is those luxury expenses or those vacations, Disney. So that's why you're seeing Disney pull back a little bit here today. We got another nice breakout there on Microsoft, guys. Microsoft just got right up to 282. She's still getting a nice climb here, having a nice run. Let's see her break that 282. We were up $3,200 for the day.
Nina, its ticker November Papa, company announcing the expansion of its Dispersa product line to include Dispersa DT for direct thermal printing. Ticker
Apple's
November Papa.
There again. Apple's looking pretty good. Now we're up over $3,300 now for the day, guys. Look at that breakout. $3,317.65 on the day. Up $2,500 on Microsoft. Up $437.50 on Baidu. Up $1,275 on Apple. And we're still continuing to climb. We were up $3,300. Now we're almost up $3,400 here for the day. Let's see if that Microsoft could break that 282. There goes Apple starting to break out again. Let's see that Microsoft break that 282. Nearing $3,400 gain unrealized for the day. There we go. Come on, Microsoft. 281.94. 281.95, 281.99. There we go, guys. We are up almost $3,500 now for the day. 34.43 now for the day. It's amazing how we just can keep continuing to climb. That's why it's so important following that trade plan. You take in profits early, you might miss out on a couple extra grand. But it's always good to take in profits when you got profits. But right now, we're still in breakout momentum. We got earnings coming up. We got
Netflix November Foxtrot Lima X-ray shares now up more than 1%.
These larger gains.
Just briefly touching over the 544
I'm not
level.
Even going anywhere near
November
Microsoft
Foxtrot Lima X-ray
until we at least get to 285, 290, maybe even 300. I'm just going to continue to hold that and look for that gain. We were up $3,400 now. Now we're nearing $3,500 here for the day. There goes Microsoft again. up 3,400 for the day, nearing in on 3,500.
Allied Healthcare Products Alpha Hotel Papa India shares halted on another circuit breaker at a new session high 770. The stock up 94%.
New highs of the day
Alpha
on Microsoft.
Hotel Papa
there goes
India.
Apple. Apple's on the run now again. Another nice run on Microsoft. New highs of the day 282.23 on Microsoft. Dow's only down 49. Nasdaq's now up 51 bucks for the day. We got a nice run there on Microsoft, man. 282.25. Up 1.78% on the day. We continue that move this week here. We could be looking in at a $10,000 profit or more. Microsoft trades now in the green overall, guys. Microsoft trades in the green overall, and there she goes again. 282.30, continuing to break higher. Up $2,700 now for the day on Microsoft. Up $2,800 now for the day on Microsoft. 282.32. Microsoft continuing to break higher.
Myriad Genetics, Mike Yankee Golf, November, seen a block trade in the issue, 930,000 shares at 33.90. The stock trading down about 1/3%. Mike Yankee Golf, November.
Alrighty, guys on YouTube.
Alibaba,
if you're not a member yet, you guys can go to
BreakingChartAlerts.com, but off a recent high at 212. Traders
and you guys could go to the Join Now membership pricing plans,
saying that the firm's analysts are under the impression that the company's June quarter earnings outlook
down here, if you guys want to sign up for the Trader membership, that gives you access to live trading in the morning. Pro Trader gives you live access in the morning, afternoon, and text alerts. Elite Pro Trader gives you access to all the educational content, the classes, the morning trading session, afternoon trading session, the text alerts, app alerts, and also includes some group classes there as well. And you're saving money. And on top of that, if you use promo code CHALLENGE, that'll save you an extra 30%. So instead of being $2,500, it'll bring it down to $1,750 for the entire year.
Here,
and that brings that price down to about $145 for the month compared to the Trader, which is $125.
Echo X-ray.
So if you have any questions, you can click on this little icon at the bottom there, and it says Chat with Breaking Chart Alerts. That'll send us a message directly, and you guys could feel free to ask us any questions. There goes Microsoft again, guys. Microsoft's continuing to break higher here. We got more new highs of the day in the account here.
Excel Technologies, X-Ray Echo Lima Alpha, the upside in the stock intensifying as shares pushed over a bit of a technical level at 425, and more volume coming into the issue as shares breaking above the 450 level. The stock marking a new intraday high at $499. X-Ray Echo Lima Alpha.
Looking good here, guys. Nice job on that. Just going to hold those, let those continue to break out. Microsoft's on a run. It's in breakout momentum. It just climbed, had a successful breakout of that 280 resistance. It came down to that support at 275. Held support at that 10-day simple moving average, and it's continuing to break higher, and we're seeing some really nice profits on that Microsoft trade, which is now in the green overall. And that's what I mean. That was the July 30th Expo. So even if you got in here, you know, which we probably did. We probably got in at the 7th. I'm not sure what day we got in. But, you know, you got in here, you're down for 3 days on that trade. You might be down 30%, 40% on that trade, but now all of a sudden you're green on that trade. You're up 5% on that Microsoft trade, and, you know, and you're still in breakout momentum. You get another move like today, you know, anytime through now until that July 30th Expo, you're going to be up. Let's see, that Microsoft trade increased by $3 today. So that increases another $3-4 there. I mean, you are literally up, almost 100% on that trade. So, that's what I mean about patience, discipline, following that trade plan, trusting the process, and understand what you're looking for as far as your entries, your exits, your targets, your stops, your resistance, and your support levels. It's really important to keep that in mind and see what's going on there. I wonder why there's no chat coming up today. Is the chat working on YouTube here today? Let's see. Alrighty, guys. So those of you that are not with us, you guys could go to breakingchartalerts.com, get signed up, and join us there in the trade room. Once you sign up, go to live trading, go into the trade room, and here's going to be our trade room. You guys could join us and comment. Share your trades. If you guys want to check out our trades, here's our trade alerts. You guys could check all those out right here. When we close them, you'll see that it's closed for either a gain or a loss. And you'll be able to see the ones that were still in there. Trade challenge trades are here. All the classes, educational content are going to be under the education tab. The lessons are a little bit shorter, 10 to 15 minute lessons on certain indicators and whatnot. And the options trading classes, they're usually about an hour, and they're on different topics there from beginner to advanced. Alrighty, guys, if you guys need anything else, you could go up here to homepage. On the homepage, you could go down to the newsletter, and if you guys check out the newsletter, it's here every single day. Here is the one from today, 7/13. A lot of people like to go here. They tell me that they print this out every day, and they love this. So make sure you guys are checking that out and seeing what you think about it. Alrighty. I will catch you guys later. Hope everyone has a great day. Microsoft's starting to take off again here nicely again. Nice climb off that 282, getting right up to that 282.40. And let's see the markets continue to climb. The Dow's up about 36 points. Dow's down about 83.
Stocks pulling back about 6 points here after marking
hope everyone had a
great
day,
high.
and I
S&P
will see you in the trade room.
all-time high set just a few minutes ago at